So it's been about 2 weeks since we got the big update for the console version of Hell Let Loose. We've had 2 weeks to kind of let it sink in, let it settle, and I think it's safe to say now that it was a bad update. Good content-wise, but a step in the wrong direction for performance. So let's take a look what people are saying on Reddit and some of my thoughts and opinions about it. Let's get to it. So here we have a post about the comms from Can of Corn 69. Of course it's 69. Are the comms getting worse since the console update? As the title says, is the voice comms getting worse for others since the update? Before the update, I'd have occasional loss of voice communication. He's on the Series X, like me and a lot of other people that I play with. But now I can only get my mic to work for the first match, and then it's dead silence for the next. I don't even see the channel icons on my screen at that point, it's just getting old having to restart my Xbox every time. And then he goes on to think maybe it's his TV and stuff. I can say from personal experience that the voice communications has absolutely taken a step back. It was kind of not great before. And one of the things that I've noticed is it's gotten incredibly loud and broken up. They obviously have an effect in the game to make it sound like in-game comms are more radio-like, which is cool, which is fine. But it seems like they've stepped that up, and you can barely make out what people are saying. Another thing that I've had a problem with is I get leadership. The commander and all leadership will come through your actual party chat, and you can't do anything about it. You have to restart the game completely. This is a problem that I've had. This is a problem that a lot of people I've seen have had in the Reddit. And it sucks when it happens because you can't talk to your teammates whatsoever. You're in the right channel, and then all the other channels bleed into your channel, into your personal squad channel, and it fucking sucks. Honestly, it completely like blows the game out. You have to stop. And when I've had it happen, I've been in a game with other people, and it hasn't happened to them. So it's kind of like an individual thing. Sometimes it happens to other people too. The one guy in the party, it happened to him when it was happening to me, and we had to restart. So yeah, the comms taking a fucking step back, to say the least. The comms it's gross. It's a gigantic failure at this point right now. And I would say in a game where comms are everything, these are the worst comms that you can get in a game right now. Yeah, for sure. They suck. Stutter and lag on PS5. Is it a common issue to have stuttering and lag on PS5? I have stuttering and lag. I hope that it was going to be fixed with this update. It wasn't. It's maybe gotten worse. It feels like it's gotten worse to me. I mean, at first, it was like people, when we first played on day one, it seemed like, okay, like things are getting together. We have our game night on Mondays. We switched it to Tuesdays just so that we can experience this update. And it was okay at first, but after a little while, you could tell and you could see that it was, in fact, not a great update for performance. And then right here, you can see here the stutter and lag on the PS5. I mean, Skag McMuffin here. Wait 7 months for the next patch, mate. A fresh reinstall on the Series X made the stuttering a lot less. I don't know if that seems like bullshit to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not calling the guy a liar, but that's kind of stuff I don't think really ever works. Quality of life patch. Anyone else still finding issues with the game? I mean, it isn't as bad as before the update, but a lot of the issues are still present. Comms are still temperamental, and you always find yourself talking to yourself. And that's one of the things. It will just cut you off. You'll be sitting there talking, you can hear. And when you're playing these games, you get right into it. And then next thing you know, it's been 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes, and you haven't heard anybody because you're so into it. You're killing fucking machine, doing your thing or whatever. And then boom. And then you have to, for us on Xbox, you have to click left bumper, spin around the wheel back to your own squad's comms, and then it will come back and everybody comes back into the chat. It sucks. And it happens constantly. Everyone else still finding issues with the game. I mean, it isn't bad as before as the update, but a lot of the issues are still present. Comms are still temperamental, and you always find yourself talking to yourself. The menu overlays keep freezing. The menu overlays are like the scoreboard. I mean, I'm still getting fucking stuck in it almost constantly. They said that it was in the patch notes that this was going to be fixed. It's not fixed. I still get stuck in the fucking leader in the scoreboard all the time, and it's fucking annoying as shit. When you're trying to select things on the spawn screen, rubber banding is still rife. Did they actually address the issues or just add more content? I'm going to say that they just added more content. They said that they did a bunch of back-end fixes. You can go and look at my old video and we go through everything that they said that they fixed. But playing the game, I don't notice any performance. Everything is still the same, if not worse now, with slightly better content. But the thing that sucks about it is that there's no way to access the new content. There's no fucking way. If there's a way, let me know, because there's no server browser, there's no map voting system. It's really hard to get the new content. It's like they didn't even add anything at all. It's like the game just took a step in the wrong direction. That's how it feels to me. And you can see these guys underneath. I didn't have rubber banding literally until yesterday. I saw a ton of people complain, but I never had it. But damn, was it bad yesterday. Still haven't had much trouble with nades though. And that's another thing is the grenades and the cycling through your inventory and shit. It fucking sucks. They need to work on that badly. It's not good at all. It feels really jank. It needs to be quick, concise, fast. It needs to feel more clicky. There's something about it that doesn't feel, but that's another topic. We just want some performance right now. And then we have another guy here that says my ping will fluctuate really randomly, which seems to correlate with banding. Doesn't happen for other games I play. And that's what when we played yesterday, I kept getting kicked out due to lag. It kept happening over and over again. Other guys were getting disconnected from the server messages, and pretty much the experience is degrading to a point where you're going to start losing people. People aren't going to stick around, including me. I don't have time for this kind of shit. A lot of people don't. There seems to be new problems with this patch as well, like shooting through barbed wire doesn't work anymore. Even the 3-string fences with huge gaps. If it takes another 6 months before these problems are fixed, the game will certainly die. I don't know if it will die, but it will lose people, because if it takes another 6 months to fix this shit, fucking forget about it. I'm not going to be here. Modern Warfare is going to be out. I will be into that, and Hell Let Loose will fade into the background, because I love this game. I think the community loves this game. We need some updates. I think that I speak for all of console Hell Let Loose players, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. We need performance updates now, within weeks, not months, weeks. I'd say by the end of June, if there isn't a big back-end update for performance, this game is going to start losing, just bleeding fucking players. Yeah. So yeah, you can see we have people here. This is stuff that I would never notice, that I haven't noticed, but that's why I come to Reddit, and that's why I think that these guys are awesome. I literally shit through an open barn door yesterday and hit an invisible wall. Splinters were flying everywhere out of midair. Hereby nominated for the greatest thing ever written in this sub. The greatest mistake ever. So yeah, I've had issues with throwing grenades. It's not that I necessarily have had issues throwing the grenades. It's the actual selecting of it. It doesn't run smooth. When you go to throw them, it takes fucking forever for them to come out. Sometimes it's the wrong thing. They need to figure that the fuck out right now. And now, last but not least here, we got the disappointment with new update. Like everyone, I've been looking forward to this patch for a long time, but now that it's here, I can't help but feel a little let down. Many issues persist, and the new content is almost impossible to access. There seem to be new bugs added to this patch as well. I love this game, and I was really hoping, since we waited for so long for literally any update, that this one would squash a lot of the nagging issues. If we were waiting another 6 months for UI bugs, audio channel bugs, and terrible map rotation to be fixed, I'm afraid there won't be much of a community left. It's hard to disagree with that statement with this Reddit post. It's such a good game, yet these problems are persisting, and it makes it really hard to enjoy the game. We just want to enjoy the game. Don't add any more content. Don't fucking add any more content, Black Matter. If you can't fucking play the game competently, if it doesn't perform decently, then what is all the other content for? It's fucking pointless to add more content at this point. So I think we're gonna have to see I think we're gonna have to see a big performance update and a bug update for the back end of this game very soon, by the end of June. This can't be going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Put the fucking PC people on hold for a minute. Console is a fucking mess. Fix the console shit. We need it fixed. This is what needs to happen right now if you want to keep your player base. A player base, I might add, that is hungry for a game to play. With all the, I'm not going to go through it. A lot of you, if you've watched my other videos, you know I think that pretty much everyone shit the fucking bed this past year. Halo shit the bed, Battlefield shit the bed, Call of Duty shit the bed. All three of those big ass games, they all fucking suck. I think they fucking suck. I think Halo is the best out of all of them, to be completely honest. And there's just nothing there. And I'm not going to fucking get into Halo. So, kind of in closing here, the most important things that need to be added and addressed immediately is the VoIP. The in-game chat is making the game almost unplayable. It is for me. It irritates me. It cuts you off. It shuts the chat down. You have to like hit the wheel and scroll around. It's a mess, and it's worse for some other people I play with. It's not even that bad for me. It seems like it's fucking bad for me, but some other people I play with seem to have it much worse. So it's kind of obviously depending on your internet connection too, maybe a little bit. But yeah, the chat, they need to figure out right away, and they need to figure out the connection issues. There are major connection issues right now with lag. I got kicked out, I don't know how many times yesterday for lag, just lagging out of the game. It says that you had too much lag, a lag spike, whatever. Other people I was playing with were just getting straight up disconnected. So we need the game chat fixed right away. We need these connection issues fixed right away. Not in July, not in August, in June they need to be fixed. So let's go over some things that need to be added. Maybe this is like some quality of life stuff, not even quality of life. I mean, it is quality of life. So these are things that I think should be added, and they should be added, it's not as important as the chat and the connection issues. Those come first. Those need to be fixed first. But then after that, we need server browsers. We can't find these new maps. You can add all this content, but nobody can find the fucking maps. So we need server browsers so that we can choose what maps we want to play on. And then I think a lot of other people would agree that an end of game next map selector, a voting system for the next map, would be so awesome. I don't know why so many games moved away from that. It used to be prevalent in the old Call of Duties like 10, 15 years ago, and they got away with it. I don't know why they ever did it. It gave the community, it gave the people who were playing the game control over what they played next. I think that it was a great thing. I mean, when it came out, it was incredible, and they've all got rid of it, and I have no idea why. So I think a server browser, end of game, next map selector voting system, and then I think better aim settings would be the last. They need better aim settings. They're not up to snuff. Something feels off with the aim settings. They need to take a look at some other games and kind of maybe take some information, ideas from other IPs and games and implement them into their game for console, because the aiming doesn't feel fucking great. It could feel so much better. There's not a lot of micro adjustments when you're near the center. I've watched these YouTube videos on how to make your aiming better. I had my aiming about as good as it can be, and it's still not quite good enough. So that's another thing I would like to add. I would like them to add. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's kind of disappointing. I think that we're all, as Hell Let Loose console players, disappointed. I don't know if this update was pushed out too soon or what the deal was. They made it seem like they were going to fix a lot of performance issues, and for the first 5 minutes, it had me fooled. But now it's a fucking mess. It's unacceptable. And I don't want to, I know it's a small studio, and I don't want to sit here and fucking smash these people to death, but this is a golden opportunity that they have. People are searching on console for a solid FPS shooter. Hell Let Loose could be that shooter. There's a lot of interest in it. The most interest I've seen of a lot of FPS games in a little while here. People are loving it. People are playing it. People are buying it. So you need to start investing more into the console experience. That's why I'm saying this stuff needs to be fixed in June, not July, August, or 6 months down the road. You need to put people on the console version of the game and get this stuff fixed right away. At the very least, the connection problems need to be addressed, and the in-game chat VoIP issues need to be addressed immediately. I can't stress that enough. It needs to happen sooner rather than later. And if it doesn't, you're just going to bleed your player base until nobody cares about this game. You have a bunch of games that are releasing at the end of the year, FPS shooters, and you don't want to get lost. I don't want Hell Let Loose to get lost in the sea of games that are going to be coming out. I think that it's not going to. I think that Hell Let Loose has its own space, but I'm not going to play it this summer if it's going to be a mess like this. Don't think that people are going to stick around and just fucking waste their time because they like the game. People will, and there'll always be. I mean, look, there's people playing fucking Battlefield 2042. It doesn't make sense to me. I think that game is bullshit. I returned it after like an hour and a half of gameplay. I knew instantly that was shit. This has me way more interested. I want it to succeed. I want more people to play it. I just think that they need to focus right now on a console. Whatever else they have going on, they need to focus on console. So yeah, this has been Eli with Rage Review. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm going to try and do as much kind of Hell Let Loose stuff. I'm going to continue to do my Game Pass reviews. I'm having another review come out maybe this Friday or next Friday. I don't know when I'm going to release it. I'm really busy this week. But yeah, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. For everybody who watched my initial Hell Let Loose review, thank you so much. You guys made that video. I think it's got like 7,000 views on TikTok. It like blew up on TikTok. I think it's got like 80,000 views, you know, hundreds of comments, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of likes. So if you came from TikTok to my YouTube and you're watching this now, thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, we'll check you guys next time. Take care.